everyone, welcome to episode 17 of Scribbles with Jonathan. I'm your host, Jonathan Rector, and let's just get right into it today. Today I thought we would tackle drawing heads. I'll get it out of the way right now. This video is I'm going to use it as like a primer, just to show an idea of how I do heads, and then I'll try to break it down in some future videos for you. What I thought I'd do first is how I started drawing heads, and it was by Andrew Loomis. And if you're not familiar with it, I would suggest taking a look. You can usually find the books online for free. But what you do is you do your center line. You divide it into 4 parts. So it would be the forehead, the middle of your eye, your nose, and your chin. And then you slice off the side of the ball, like you would say, to put the side of your head in there. You toss your ear. You could continue the line right down to the very bottom line that you did there, and that'd be the chin. And for a long time, this works. And sometimes, if I'm drawing like a head that's pretty big, I'll go back to using this a bit. The only problem I have with it is it tends to look a little, not the type of style that I like, that I've come across to. So once I started looking at Bridgman, this is more right here how I do heads nowadays, unless, again, I needed something complicated. So I'll put in the general idea of where I want the shape to be, the middle line, and then I'll put in where the eye socket would be, and right there is like a wedge. Okay, and it's basically a part of the skull. Again, I'll show it in some other videos. And then I'll toss in the front part, which I guess would be your cheekbones, and the front of your face, so all the way down to the chin and where your teeth would be, and then I just kind of wrap it around. And I do use a mirror, and sometimes it was something that I got taught. And if you just hold a mirror up to the side of your drawing, up a bit near your face so you could look at it, it actually flips the image. So as you can see right there, the back of his head is caved in a bit. I'm not sure if I actually go in and fix that, if I can see it from here. Nope, okay. So hopefully this will show it a little bit better in some easier steps and just a little bit bigger for you guys. So most heroes that I draw, they have a triangular shaped head. So there's a rectangle, sorry. So the first line I do is the vertical line straight down the middle of the face. Then I do the horizontal line, which is where the eye sockets will be, okay? And then what I do, especially if it's a straight on, again, I recommend looking at some skull shapes, and you could see what I'm doing right there. I'm just basically making a shape. And I'm going to show it on the side here, sideways. Once I get my hand out of the way, there you go. Sideways, so you can kind of see the perspective that I'm going with. It's like a rectangle, I guess, a little piece of square, like a piece of bread. You're just slapping onto the actual framework of the skull. And then I guess about to where I want the chin to go. And then I'll go up to around where, I guess, the cheeks would be and where the mouth was. And those go to the side of the head, and then I just throw in the jawline. Again, if I needed more specific measurements, I'll go in there and do that. And I would recommend doing the Loomis, and if you can, taking a look at Bridgman as well, because this is mostly Bridgman, what you're looking at. How he breaks shapes down, and it really sinks it in for me. Then I'll put in the nose there. Again, that's going to be middle from the eyes down to the chin. And the nose is there. And then the space is already left for me to toss in where the eyeballs roughly would be. Again, I'm not going to draw perfectly circle eyes. It's just, it helps me. At this point, I'm not really doing a motion. I'm just making sure everything fits into where it should be. And then here, I'm just going to show you where the teeth would sit in the actual skull. Little goofy teeth there, and it doesn't look very skullish, I know. But I'm not trying to draw a skull. I just need, in my mind, where the skull is going to be. And here I'm just trying to show it on the side, how I would make the bridge of the nose and connect it to the bottom and the nostrils and stuff. And the eyes would just fit right in there. Yep, so it's pretty simple. Again, I will do some more videos in the future just to show you guys a little bit more concrete way of how I go about doing it. And the idea is you want to figure a way yourself how you can break down complex shapes so that you can move it around in space. And it's something that I'm always going to be struggling with, and something that I'm always going to be changing and looking for new techniques on how to improve. Because, there's certain views and angles that always can, like me especially, they bother me. I can't. There's something about it where I get stuck, and everybody's got their favorite and least favorite poses. And I never want to get stuck into a situation where I'm just cataloging everything that I do into X shapes and sizes and things. So here, I just lightly, it's more of a profile shot. I'm just drawing it again, what I did a little bit bigger on the side. The first indentation at the top there, that's where the eye socket is, and then the nose carries down, the mouth and the chin. So that's what I was just doing on the side there. So I know where my eye is going to fit in that. And the nose is just going to come out, just like that. And the lips, right into the chin. It's pretty straightforward. I know this might be a little bit too much for some of you guys, but we'll get in there. We'll get you guys set up. Don't you worry about that. And here, this one I was just doing a little bit of a mix of a Loomis Bridgman type thing. Again, I was just doing the ball. This is also another form that I saw somebody did. They roughly shape in where the front of the face would be so they can bend it in their mind. But for me, I usually really need that forehead chunk on there. It help as soon as I put that on there, the 3D, it's pretty much solved for me at that point. I already know where the eyes are going to sit in there and how everything's going to fall off that. Tossing the chin again like I usually do. Throw up where the jawbone's going to be. And one thing you want to be careful here, like I just did here, kind of fix it there. The jaw's a little bit too big and the ear's a little bit small. But, you know, when I would finish this, I'd actually make the ear a little bit bigger to help it fit. But the problem is, because I have it at the same spot as that I have the nose, it might not work out. So, little things to be aware of. Give him a nice big clown hat. Why not? Alright. And just have a couple minutes left here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly do, very quickly do how I roughly go about doing like a pose. Would be like, let's say it's an extreme guy looking kind of angry, bent over a little bit, look a little bit more intimidating, roughly throw in where the head would be. Then I throw in the curve of the line of the eyes or the forehead, and then I put the vertical line of the face. There I toss in that bread chunk again, that little wedge. And I'm just right now ballparking how far down I want the nose to go. Build up the nostrils. Toss in the rough idea where the socket and the eye will be. Carry it down to the chin. Usually most of the heroes that I draw, that I do, they usually have a pretty big chin. I don't know, it's just something I really like in there, like big chin, big shoulders, big traps on the side of them there. Just tossing in the cheekbones there, just tossing right now the jawbone and the ears. Pretty much done. And now I'm just, again, for the purpose of the video, just going really quick, just to toss in some generic anatomy to fix up the sketch that I had underneath. And you can pretty much see it right now where it's done. I'm pretty sure I do. Oh yeah, okay, sorry. What I'm showing right there is the curve of the line of the eyes. A neat little trick is you just follow the curve straight down, and all the features are going to go on that curve. So the nose will be curved, the mouth will be curved. And then here I'm just going in to tighten up some of the lines, tossing the anatomy, and then I'll go in and I'll just do some quick lighting, very quick lighting. And the point of this here, that I'm hoping gets across anyway, and you could always go back and look at it, is just to get a quick idea of how I work when I'm doing like a structure thing, like how I go about actually doing this, as opposed to, that's one thing I do want to do on some of these videos, is not only am I showing you, especially like the chest one and stuff, where I'm showing you guys, this is how, some ideas to keep in the back of your mind of how to draw a chest, how I draw a chest anyway, but practical ways of doing it. I find that there's two different modes of thought. There's the one where it's analytical, where you're looking at like, okay, well, this line's up here, this line's up here. But most artwork that I find, like some of the best stuff, it's usually all instinctive. And you need to know these certain things so that your drawing looks sound. Okay? But you also want to be able to have a little bit of a style, and I think that's where your style and your freshness comes from a little bit, is just learning how to bend the rules, but you need to know the rules, okay? So again, what I'd like to say is I'm going to show you guys some practical solutions about how I go about doing these things. And yeah, again, just throwing on some lighting on there. I can cover more of this stuff for you guys if you guys are interested in lighting. I did get some replies, and I appreciate that. And you guys want me to tackle some female things, and absolutely I'll jump into that starting this week. At the end of this, on Thursday, I'll do I don't know what, but a female video of something. Maybe anatomy, something, I'm not sure. But anyway, I thank you guys all for watching. You can always get a hold of me on Twitter. My name is my username is ArtByJar. Oh, if you want, you can check out my website as well at jonathanrector.com. And don't forget to subscribe to the videos, you guys. Keep yourself up to date, and you know, feels good. So I want you all to have an awesome week. I'll talk to you guys this Thursday. And keep the styluses that you're drawing with and the pencils in your hands burning, guys. Keep the art coming. And you guys have a fantastic day. Take care.